guys, the episode 67 of What's in the Bag. As Michael teased in his last episode, while he was out in storage, we found a big box of VHS tapes. Now these are VHS tapes that we had originally found that somebody had thrown away, and these are some of the ones that we decided to keep for the time being. And what I want to do is I want to go through, and I've looked through the box, but I haven't really decided yes or no on what I'm going to keep, what I'm actually going to keep, and what I'm going to not keep. So we're going to do that together. I'm going to go through them right now with you. We're going to do it there. Right here you go. Big box. But before we get into that, I'm just going to show you three that I actually found up at Half Price Books. And I'll show you those real quick. And the first one is Bird on a Wire. Mel Gibson, Goldie Hawn from the 80s, I believe. 1990, sorry. 1990, right on the dot. Great little movie, great comedy. Mel Gibson is amnesiac and stuff happens, and it's really funny. Highly recommend that movie. Next one, this one was such a solid find, I could not pass it up. I damn near ran to pick it up. I saw it kind of out of the corner of my eye. And that is Marnie, Alfred Hitchcock's Marnie. This is my favorite Hitchcock movie. This is one that my mom showed me for the first time a long time ago. It's Sean Connery, Tippi Hedren. It's a great movie. It has a great atmosphere. It has a great style, and it's a really good story. This is definitely one of his more underrated movies, but it is an absolute masterpiece. And the last one that I found, this may be one of the best finds, honestly, one of the best finds that I have found in the way of VHS so far, besides maybe the Turtles in Time one, or Coming Out of the Shell tour. And Michael found this one, and it is the original stage production of Peter Pan, starring Mary Martin. This was, I used to watch this so much as a kid. My grandmother had a copy of it, and I would watch it almost, God, it seems like at least every time I went over to her house. I'm so glad to have found this. I cannot wait to pop it in and watch it again. I haven't yet, but that's coming soon, and maybe I'll do a review of it. So those are the three that I found at Half Price Books that I picked up. So let's go through this. Now some of this is going to be quick because, like I said, I've already kind of looked through it, and I know some of the ones that I'm getting rid of. Like there's a couple of unfortunate ones here, and I'll get these out of the way first. Got Eddie Murphy Raw right here, but the thing that really bugs me is that this was obviously from a rental place, and so they had to put it in the big black box. Of course they did. But here's the problem. They literally took the actual cardboard box and cut it to fit in here. Oh God, that kills me that they did that. I'd rather have it just in the actual box, so I'm probably not going to end up keeping this one, unfortunately, even though it is Eddie Murphy Raw. I will hold on to find another copy of it. And the same thing with this one, another Hitchcock classic, The Birds. And this one really, really gets me, because this was probably the original VHS release of it, and they sliced that box all up. It hurts me. It physically hurts me to see that. Blue Streak. Pass. Besides the fact that the box is seriously torn up, I just really have no desire to keep it. Jackie Chan in The Medallion. This was not a bad movie. Definitely not his best, but pretty decent. Box is in really bad shape though. So, unfortunately, that one's going to be a pass. Yes, I know I'm getting, I'm being picky a little bit, but I'm buying these to display. So I'm looking for ones that have a box that's in good shape. Unless it's super rare, Pitch Black, good movie, but I actually already own it in a much better box. So that's why that one's going in the pass pile. Same thing for Jurassic Park. Already have it, but this box is destroyed, literally. Carrie. Now, I was excited when I first saw this one. I was super excited. Yes, Carrie, one of my favorite Stephen King books, one of my favorite Stephen King movies, but this is the remake from 2002. So no. There's been a couple of different remakes of Carrie. Only one of them was good, and I already own it. Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes in The Fan. Have never seen this movie, and well, that's weird. Oh, I get it. I get what it is now. I'm gonna say the box is weird because it's like the same picture on both sides, but no, one's Robert De Niro, one's Wesley Snipes. I don't know. The box is in okay shape. Set that one in the maybe pile. Jurassic Park 3. This was a previewed movie that was sold, and the box is in decent shape. It's it's kind of torn up. I'm going to pass on that one too, unfortunately. I am going to keep some of these, by the way, I promise. Like this one right here. As good as it gets. This was a hilarious movie with Jack Nicholson, Greg Kinnear, Helen Hunt. Really, really funny movie. Good movie, just in general. And the box is in very good shape. Sticker on the back that I'll have to pull off, but that's about it. So that's definitely a keeper. Sleepless in Seattle. What can I say about this movie? Nothing. Everybody knows everything there is to be said about this movie. And the box is in pretty good shape. I need to clean it a little bit, but keeper. Apollo 13. This box is in fantastic shape. Very, very good shape. Definitely a keeper. I do not think I have this yet. So, yeah. Another definite keeper because this box is in almost perfect shape. G.I. Jane. Love this movie. This was a great movie. This was a movie that I know a lot of people saw when it came out, but I don't think enough people talk about still. It's a movie that still holds up to this day. Just Cause. Sean Connery and Lawrence Fishburne. I have never seen this movie. I have no idea what it's about. Looks like Ed Harris is in it too. Yeah. I mean, the box is in decent shape. It's got a couple stickers on it that need to be pulled off. Again, that'll be a maybe. Raising Cain. This is actually a pretty good movie. Brian De Palma, John Lithgow. It's a good movie, and the box is in pretty good shape. I think this will be a good one to have. It'll be a good one for when I get to a point where I want to maybe do some horror movies on VHS. This would be a good one to throw in there. Although it's not necessarily horror, but it's a good one to have. Liar, Liar. I really want to keep this one, but the top of this box is just not good. It's ripped, it's already broken, and it's just going to continue to rip through. It's missing one of the flaps to hold it together. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pass on this one. What do we got here? The Joy Luck Club. No. And the reason why I say no is because I know a lot of people talked a lot of good about this movie. I've seen it. I've seen it multiple times. I've tried it multiple times. I really can't stand this movie. I really can't. And I don't like to say that because it's Oliver Stone. Oliver Stone is a fantastic filmmaker. Could not stand that movie. Waiting to Exhale. Now, this was a good movie. I know, I'm putting down Enjoy That Club saying it's a bad movie when it won like seven awards or something. And I'm like, oh, Waiting to Exhale. This was a good movie. This was a much better movie. And the box is in a little bit rough shape, but you know what? It's one that I will hold on to, and if I find one that's in better shape, I'll pick it up to replace it. That's the great thing about VHS. There are some rare ones out there, but for the most part, they're out there and they're cheap. The Queens of Comedy. No. Jerry Maguire. This one's a keeper. Most definitely. The box is in really good shape, and you gotta have a copy of Jerry Maguire in your collection. You got to. It's important. Harlem Nights. I have never seen this movie, but I like the idea of Eddie Murphy and Richard Pryor and Red Fox all being in a movie together, set in the 40s, and they're all playing gangsters. So this one's going to be a keep. Plus, I kind of like the cover. It's kind of a very classic art style. I really like it. I dig it. What else we got in here? Amistad. I have never seen this movie either, but man, it has some good, some big name people in it. Morgan Freeman, Anthony Hopkins, Matthew McConaughey, Djimon Hounsou, who is somebody that I really, really like, and I don't see him in enough stuff. So I'm gonna keep that one. Yep. The Chronicles of Riddick, the sequel to Pitch Black. Now this one I will be keeping because I only have a copy of Pitch Black. I don't have a copy of this one yet. And the box is in decent shape. There's the normal wear and tear up at the top. That is just what happens. Merlin. I have never seen this. I have heard about it. I remember hearing about it a lot. But it's got Rucker Hauer in it and Helena Bonham Carter. So this is going to be a keeper because I love Helena Bonham Carter. And I love the story of Merlin too. So that'll be an interesting one. Pretty Woman. Now, when I initially looked at this, this is also the Walmart special 10th anniversary edition of this. When I first saw this, I was like, oh man, the box is kind of beat up. It looks wrinkled. But no, the box is actually still wrapped in plastic. All they did was cut the bottom so they could get the movie out. So, yeah, definitely a keeper. U.S. Marshals. This was the quote-unquote semi-sequel to The Fugitive. And this was actually very good. It was nowhere near as good as The Fugitive. There's no lie there, but it's good for what it is. I liked it, so that's a keeper. The General's Daughter. This was a rough movie to watch. Man, is this a rough movie to watch. But it's a good movie. And I really like John Travolta. So, that is a keeper. There's actually quite a period in my life where John Travolta was my favorite actor. And he's still pretty high up there on my list, on my all-time list. But I used to just absorb every movie, any movie that he was in. It didn't matter. I loved it. What Lies Beneath. Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer. I remember this movie as being really, really, really weird. Like, super duper weird. And I haven't seen it in probably 10 years. So I will hold on to this. The box is a touch torn up, but not too bad. Maybe needs a piece of tape to hold that together there, but not too bad in general. Love Stinks. I don't even know what this is. No, I'm going to pass on whatever it is. I don't know. It looks awful. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Now, I already have this. I had the first two already on VHS. I believe that they were the only ones that were released on VHS were the first two. I'm pretty sure. I should probably double check that. But this box is in pretty rough shape, so no. And two more. Fried green tomatoes. Definitely a keeper. Not one of my favorites. My mom really liked this movie. It's a good movie. I've seen it. I'm not even going to lie. It is a very, very good movie. Just not really one of my favorites, but it's definitely one to hold on to. And finally, this one is definitely a keeper. Conspiracy Theory. Well, hold on. Maybe this is a keeper. Oh, this one is a Blockbuster rental too. I hear something rattling in there, so this may be a keeper, may not. It's a keeper for now, until I can pop it in and watch it and make sure everything plays right. I love this movie. Me and my mom used to watch this movie all the time. It's a really interesting movie. It's really interesting the way it's set up, and if you haven't seen it, I really recommend this one. And that's it. That's the box. It actually went pretty quick. I got a lot here, and unfortunately I don't have a whole lot of room, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to put all these in my slots, but what do we got here? These two that I set aside. You know what? I'm going to keep Just Cause because I like Sean Connery. I'm not going to hold on to this one. Sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21. Adding 21. So our new VHS totals are 114. All the other numbers stay the same. 2043 is still our complete total. And that's it. Thanks for sticking with me as I go through this, but that is just how I wanted to do it. See you guys next time.